McKissick missing a three. Adams clears, and UCLA now in no hurry. And a timeout for Steve Alford and the Bruins, who are up 12 with 2:34 to play. And it's the full timeout used by Steve Alford and UCLA.
One consistent bright spot for Arizona State has been the play of Marshall. Just coming down, under control, making plays happen. In the lane, you see him trying to move out of the way to not take the charge. Somehow gets it to go, but he's been playing very steady for Arizona State all season. He's a newcomer, but he's a solid player.
All right, Corey, we're in the second weekend of Pac-12 play. This is the final game for the second week. Give us your top five of the Pac-12 at this point.
Well, my top five, obviously, Arizona is the playground bully. You know, they're the big guy on the playground right now. They're the #1 team in the country. You can't take anything away from them. Coming in second, I like Colorado. I think Colorado had the big win over Kansas. They beat Oregon on their home court. They are tough.
Let me ask you this. With the injury to Spencer Dinwiddie, we don't know the severity of it. He got hurt today for the Buffs in Seattle in a Washington win over the Buffaloes. Does that alter, or could that change the way you look at your top five?
Oh, you definitely have to slide Colorado if they're playing without, who I call them the mustache. When they're playing without the mustache, they're a different team. So Dinwiddie is crucial to what they do. And Cal is playing some inspired basketball right now. They manhandled the Ducks. You know, they won at Stanford. Cal has won 3 road games already.
Cal's won their first 3 road games in conference for the first time since 1956, 1957. Corey, that was Pete Newell's 3rd season as the Cal head coach.
Wow. You got to go back. You're talking in the 50s. That's a long time ago.
And they're a bit shorthanded right now without Jabari Bird and Ricky Kreklow, and they hope to get Bird back on Wednesday night when they host Washington, a game right here on ESPNU.
And, you know, obviously with Bird back in the lineup, they're even a lot more capable.
Bo Barnes, a transfer from Hawaii, is in the game and forces the turnover.
Oh, with the theft.
Carson to the basket. 10-point game. Timeout Arizona State. 2:13 to play. Jahi Carson trying to have an impact on this one, Corey, down the stretch and trying to will his team back.
He's done a lot of things tonight. He's tried threes, he's tried floaters, but this is just a good old take it to the rack and hope you can get that layup. Jahi Carson, you know, you can't stay in front of him. You get the kind of feeling like, where has this been all night? Because he can kind of turn it on and turn it off. He's that quick. But a 10-point game with 2 minutes to go, Arizona State definitely making a run here. UCLA, you don't want to start being too tense, too passive. You don't want to start playing scary. You want to continue to move the ball and get up some shots. But at the end of the day, closing out a game, you've done everything. You want to continue to do the right things down the stretch and get the win.
80-70 UCLA. 2:13 remaining. Jahi Carson has struggled a bit here tonight. Appears the focal point for the UCLA defensive strategy was to limit Carson.
To limit Carson, make him defend. They posted him up several times. They drew early fouls on him, which definitely took him out of his rhythm.
Full court press. McKissick and Carson are on the bench with the 4 fouls. So it appears they're going to start fouling early, and they do. And it's Alford who was fouled with 2:07 to play. Bryce Alford to the line. UCLA up 10 on Arizona State. UCLA 80, Arizona State 70, 2:07 remaining at Pauley Pavilion. And Arizona State has fought their way back into this game from 21 points down.
Sun Devils taking a page out of UCLA's book, a little tempo and transition, picking some pockets, getting some quick baskets, open looks, using that tempo and momentum to get things going. Arizona State never was in a hurry tonight, but all of a sudden they find themselves smack dab back in the game, only down 10, with some good old-fashioned hard-nosed basketball.
So Herb Sendek's team is trying to battle back here against this UCLA Bruins squad. Bryce Alford at the line, now 4 of 7 tonight. And one more coming for the freshman. UCLA now 20 of 28 as a team at the line. 1 out of 2, and Shaq McKissick the rebound. Jermaine Marshall, long on a 3. And the rebound Adams for UCLA. Pass deflected by Carson, run down by Levine. In danger of a 10-second call. They get it across, and then Anderson is fouled, the second on Gillen.
Arizona State applying some really good pressure, hoping that they can get at least a split at the free throw line. That'll make all this running around worthwhile. They got the split last time, weren't able to score. But you start getting 1 point for 3, and you can get back in this game real quick. They missed the 3, but I see Herb Sendek's strategy, and it's a good one.
Anderson, 7 of 9 at the line tonight. 15 points, a season high, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists for Kyle Anderson. And Anderson hits both. 13-point lead. Here's Carson. Carson drives, gets to the basket, and it got wedged in the cylinder, and the backboard possession arrow goes to UCLA. And it's been that kind of a night, unfortunately, for Jahi Carson at Arizona State.
Absolutely. Jahi Carson has no problem turning the corner, getting to the lane, but just that kind of a night. Nothing's falling.
He had a good look, made the great move to get to the basket. Trap in the backcourt. UCLA breaks the press. Lob. Travis Ware underneath. And UCLA pulls it out. Runs some clock. And Bo Barnes fouls with 1:14 to play. Super Tuesday on ESPNU features a couple of great matchups. At 7, Georgia takes on number 10, Florida. Then at 9, Pitt and Georgia Tech. Super Tuesday on ESPN, also live on Watch ESPN. First foul on Barnes as Adams now 7 of 7 at the line. Arizona State, Jermaine Marshall is 9 of 14 from the field. The rest of the team is 14 of 40. $15-point game again for the Bruins. Last touch by Barnes. It goes to UCLA. 1:02 to play. 13 giveaways for the Sun Devils tonight.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
UCLA will go to 2-1 in the conference. 13-3 overall. Arizona State will come up with a road split here in Los Angeles after knocking off USC on Thursday. They'll be 2-2 in Pac-12 play, and 13-4 overall. And next for the Sun Devils, they get a shot at number 1. They'll be in Tucson with the Wildcats on Thursday night.
And obviously for Arizona State, there's a lot of good things that happened for them tonight. Going back, looking at the first half, they can obviously identify some areas that where the game got away from them. But you're right, you got to have a short memory because Thursday night you got the number 1 team in the country, and you got to go to Tucson. For UCLA, you know, you avoid the sweep, which is what you wanted to do. You want to defend your home floor. Good outing for them. I think they showed that they were a team that has more depth than a lot of people probably gave them credit for. That second unit tonight is really nice.
Here's what's upcoming for UCLA. They get a road trip to the Rocky Mountains and a date with Colorado on Thursday at the Coors Event Center in Boulder. And again, the status. Hopefully we'll get an update tomorrow on Spencer Dinwiddie, who left for Colorado with that game in Seattle today with an injury. Then the upstart running Utes of Utah on Saturday. They come back home for the 2 Bay Area schools who both came away with big wins this weekend. Stanford winning in Eugene today. Cal winning last night in Corvallis. We'll be here in a couple of weeks for UCLA and Cal.
That is going to be a great game. That Cal team, they're very aggressive. They don't do a whole lot, but they just keep coming at you with all kind of scores and great defense. And got the big guy Solomon in the middle. Just a complete basketball team.
Third foul on Jermaine Marshall. And UCLA back to the foul line. Herb Sendek's team will try to regroup. They'd won 2 straight coming in here. They will be denied their first sweep of the LA schools on the road. Last time they accomplished that was the 1986-87 season. One more for Alford. Alford hits both.
Very nice night turned in by Bryce Alford. Coming in, playing a lot of minutes. He probably didn't expect to get this many. Being a huge spark for UCLA. He and Levine.
Off the foot of Bo Barnes. And a UCLA ball with 14.6 to play. And Zach Levine, 19 points off the bench to lead UCLA tonight.
That's been the difference in this game. When you look at the final score, Levine comes in and goes bonkers and gets UCLA that nice cushion, and they were able to hold on tonight.
They used a 35-9 run in the first half. UCLA led by as many as 21, and a 15-point victory for Steve Alford and UCLA tonight. Final score, the Bruins 87 and Arizona State 72. So for my partner, Corey Williams, and our great ESPN crew, Roxy Bernstein saying goodnight from Los Angeles. Coming up next at ESPNU, the Under Armour All-America High School Football Game presented by American Family Insurance.